So far, we've met England, Japan, and China. I was trying to get Japan to join me in an English war, but they were not having that. So at the moment, I'm trying to let as many barbarians raid the English lands as possible. We have a new quest from La Venta. This will help us get additional envoys to this city-state. And I have no idea. Oh, I'm looking, yeah. So I've got one more turn for us to finally get our first level of governments. And again, I think the government mechanic is something very exciting that Civ 6 is introducing. Really, I like it so much more than the social policies, so that's great. Stable and horses. I did want to experiment with, so right now I'm looking for unique units, or I'm sorry, units that will help me take down the English Empire. And I did want to explore how strong horses were going to be. I don't believe I had any horse resources though, so that was kind of an issue. And I'm coming to aid my trader at this point when I figured out, wait a second, traders don't have combat strength. That was just a placeholder. That graph's not supposed to be there. So we take down this warrior. We still have to worry about this barbarian slinger though, which is kind of a problem. I did take down so there was a encampment next to Leeds. I did take that down. Did I take that down? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did, because I wanted the golds. I wanted to purchase something. One thing that I do like is having access to those luxuries at the top of the screen. So much easier. Because thinking about it, Civ 5 had no way to look at what luxuries you had, which was bad. Yeah, so this was big because England asked me for a friendship, and I was like, wait a second, no, I'm going to war with you. I can't do that. I don't want to risk taking a big diplomatic hit by declaring a friendship and then right after declaring a war. So, what was I discussing? We're going to get governments. We're going to get our governments next. Obviously, because I was going to go for a military, we're going to go for like kind of a military theme campaign. Then I'm going to want a lot of military military policies in general. One of the so the developer mentioned to me, so the music, you might notice the music. So you're going to have individual music for kind of the different regions of civs. If you play as Japan, you're going to see kind of the Eastern Asian music. Second, ask for a declaration of friendship, and you're going to see that is a bug until I figured it out. So the music, you're going to have, geez, what does he say? You're going to have a theme for depending on like what region your civ is from. But depending on the other nations that you see, they are going to play into the background of your own theme music. So there's going to be little motifs of England, Japan, and China since we all met them. And then as you progress through the eras, the music gets bigger and bigger and bigger. More orchestra, more instruments get involved, and things like that. And of course, there's going to be war music and stuff like that. Okay, so this is when I realized, wait a second, there's a bug. She's going to ask me every single turn to be your friend. And I'm like, wait a second, what do I do? What do I do in this situation? But I'm very much liking the American music at the moment. Trying to run away with the scout as my warrior chases down this slinger. I don't want to... actually, did I sit there and heal? Because I was like, I do have a hill, and I'm forced... Yeah, I did. Because look, I've got a hill, and he'd have to attack across a river, so that'd be a pretty big thing. Now, not all... One thing I want to mention also is that not all natural resources, natural wonders, I should say, are passable. Some of them are not passable. I believe they were... What are they? All non-passable? They were all non-passable terrain in Civ 5, but some of them... That's not necessary. Yeah, I think that is true. And obviously they're going to give you different bonuses. So if they're non-passable, so I know that Mount Everest is a natural wonder. It's going to give you more adjacency bonuses, bigger adjacency bonuses. So that's how I figured out, wait a second, if I just denounce them, they'll stop asking me every single turn. So that's good. One thing that I'm concerned about is the new gossip system, because I don't know if... I don't want to have to click and look inside every single time to read the gossip system. I mean, it's useful, and I like that it kind of holds on, it archives almost to an extent some of the older gossip, some of the older relevant gossip, but I wasn't always getting notifications at the top of the screen, which I know that they do, but I wasn't always getting the notifications at the top of the screen. I really don't think. I'm pretty sure. And that was something that was like upsetting. And even, I don't even think it should be notification. I think it should be a pop-up. I think certain things should be like the way Civ 5's espionage system works, where the spy will pop up to the right-hand side of the screen and tell you exactly what's learned. Because I just think that's a little bit more friendly for the player, a little bit more useful, rather than going inside of the Civ's leader screen, or you only have a few seconds with that pop-up telling you the gossip of a certain nation. So that's something to keep in mind. So here's like, you kind of hear like the Japanese music here. Okay, so we have our first great person. I believe it is a great scientist. This is something that we haven't been able to talk about so far. As I said, great profits are earned completely differently here. So there's great merchant, great engineers, great admirals. Now each one of these, you know what I'm gonna do too? We're stopping this. This is big, and I didn't get to explore this as much as I should have. But here's a great scientist. You get progress. You've accumulated enough great person points of this type to meet its cost. So you need great person points. That's why faith was not working. You need actual people. You need actual great people, profit points, I mean, to get that first religion up there. But notice that you can purchase or you can buy with faith. Faith has much more uses now, because now you can, so, there is a point to building the shrine and generating faith, because you can use that faith even if you don't have religion. What I mean, even if you don't have religion, you can use that faith to help you buy and speed up this race. Now, each one of these great people is going to have a unique bonus. Not every great scientist is going to do the same thing. So this guy, for instance, is he's going to trigger the Eureka moment for 3 random technologies from the classical era. So you have to really weigh in on. You have to really weigh in on some of these bonuses that you get. You might not want this specific great scientist. Maybe you don't want, 3 random technologies from Eureka moments. I actually found that to be kind of okay. I mean, I guess essentially it's like getting 1.5 technologies, but still, I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. Great prophet will find a religion, obviously, but yeah. So we got a great writer who writes specific things, a great artist, and obviously a great musician. And then let me check on that engineer. Instantly builds ancient and medieval walls in this city and provides enough golds per turn to pay their maintenance. Oh, that's cool. So pretty much free walls and medieval walls from that great engineer. Anyways, big deal, because now faith actually means something. Faith is actually going to be important. So let's continue forward. Yeah, faith is. I thought that was a really nice use of this point system that was useless if you didn't have a religion, or it was useless until the very end of the game when you have a religion that allows you to buy buildings with faith or something like that. So I think that's pretty cool. Looks like I'm doing something here. I might have went to go ask about the faith system. Or, oh nope, it's time for a restroom break, I think. I don't know what I was doing. Well, whatever I did, I hope I washed my hands, because that was a long time. So, here we are as Washington. Oh, I'm still not back yet. Oh, there we go. So our war with England is about to begin. Maybe it's not. Now, okay, now we're back. Did I use my great scientist yet? I don't think I did, but notice that I have an encampment built just north of Washington. That encampment will be useful, since we will be able to pump out units from that, and we'll be able to bombard enemies. There we are. See, look, so this is what I was talking about. The hand-drawn map looks good. I think the hand-drawn map looks really, really good. So I think that's pretty cool to see. All right, so I'm noticing a lot of red units come at me, right? You guys notice that too? Starting to notice a lot of English units moving across the plains. Trying to get more envoys with that, with Levanta. So I'm starting to consider this. I'm like, are they going after barbarians, or are they going to do a sneak attack? I'll let you guys guess that. Actually, I already confirmed that they were going to do sneak attack, so I started rushing back home. I was like, oh crap. They're using my infrastructure against us. That's hilarious. I did not think about that, and that's something else that you need to think about, because I've been saying that in a lot of my Civ 6 breakdown videos. You can use infrastructure to your advantage and send out a trader early on to a civ you want to take out. I didn't even consider the fact that the AI is going to use that same exact road that you placed down, and they did it to their own advantage. Luckily, I noticed it and I realized they're going to war with me. All right, so I'm trying to gear up for my third city, and I'm trying. Oh, that's right. So I'm trying to buy something, because I'm like, oh crap, I need to get ready, because I've got nothing back home protecting Washington or New Orleans. It's like, oh, this ain't good. This is not good. Here's a political map mode. I think that looks pretty cool. I don't even know why I opened up the political map mode at the moment where I was trying to find a spot for my settler. Again, I should have settled, maybe not at this point, but New Orleans should have been closer to London. Really should have. I was thinking about a coastal city, but because it was a Pangea map, I didn't feel like it was as useful. And it's one of those Pangea maps that locks you from the other side of the landmass. So I was not able to find the other 4 civs, but I just met Japan, China, and England the entire time, because China had kind of controlled the other half of the Pangea map, where you had to pass through their territory. So that was kind of interesting. So yeah, New Orleans is pretty well protected. Washington is not, however. Luckily, I do have 292 gold, so I should purchase something. I'm not sure if I know I eventually either build or purchase the barracks, because that will obviously be useful. Swordsman, I don't have iron. And I talked about this. The map didn't have any iron. Nobody had iron at the event. Well, I think actually maybe they said some of them did, but they only had 1 resource of iron, so it was still not useful. And so that was just something that will be a balance change. We'll see in the future. So yep, she declares the war.
In vain. We hereby declare war.
That's cool. I really like that war screen. That's awesome. That's pretty cool. I'm actually going to be very excited to see how everyone declares war. We already know what Egypt looks like when she declares war. That's been through the demo gameplay and stuff like that, but that's really cool. So yeah, at this point, I'm trying to protect my settler, and I don't know if I'm going to do a very good job of that. Luckily, at least I was able to get up a few range units, so I'm lucky in that sense. Going back to New Orleans, and I can cut at least one of their warrior units off. Yeah, I can hide inside of the forest myself. So yeah, I might have spread out my armies a little bit too much, as you can see. I didn't notice, by the way, any pillaging of tiles, which is kind of interesting from the AI. I did not notice any pillaging or in general from barbarians or from England. And I didn't pillage any tiles myself, though. So that is something. Luckily, I was able to distract both of these warrior units. But one thing I want to mention, I have been bagging the AI a little bit, and yeah, so they came out of nowhere and captured my settler. Yep, that happened. So yeah, that wasn't good. Luckily, Leventa's there to help us out a little bit. I've been bagging the AI for this series, but to be honest, I give them a lot of credit because they did this was a good sneak attack. There were 2 things in specific that they did really, really well. And this was certainly one of them. I was very surprised that the AI launched a sneak attack after my capital when I wasn't even prepared for defending it. And I had to backtrack by quite a bit here. Commando or Tortoise? Yeah, trying to get that extra defense. Okay, so, yeah, England clearly had a scout a little bit too close to me that I didn't notice. The fact that the scouts can move 3 tiles in open terrain is something that I forgot about in Civ 6. Luckily, I will get the settler back, and the interesting thing about it is that he still stays a settler. So you can now steal settlers from other AIs and they remain settlers. That is a balance change that I can almost guarantee will not stay in there. I didn't ask the developers about that. This is just strictly my opinion. There's no way. I think maybe the AI, maybe because of the new escort system, this will help the AI defend its settler a little bit more, but the AI was naturally good at escorting its settlers in Civ 5 too. I don't think this change is going to stay like this for long, though, because human players are going to use that to their advantage way too much, stealing settlers away from AIs, capturing them, and then using them for themselves, especially when there's not as many penalties for playing wide. You can just capture every AI settler and just play wide all day. So, my opinion is that might get changed. It might possibly, I think, almost guarantee. I don't know. I don't want to guarantee because I don't know everything about this game yet. So maybe there are certain factors that would make sense to allow it. I have not built any wonders, although I believe I do build a few, especially New Orleans with all the desert. This is the point where, oh wait, I think I do. I was gonna say I should have looked to the Japanese help, but they were not interested. I did look to the Japanese to help me with England. They were not interested though. I think they ended up getting mad at me or something like that. Again, city bombardment is a bug that we weren't seeing. Oh, you know what? Yes, we were. That's right. You were able to bombard with cities. What am I doing here? Okay, so you were able to bombard with cities, but you need the ancient walls. You need ancient walls to be able to bombard with cities. And I remember thinking it was a bug for a while, and then I asked the developer, and he said, yeah, you need the walls first. So again, now, skipping on walls, something that I like to do all the time in the very beginning, skipping on walls, not a good decision, Drew. Not a good decision. Especially if you want to have a chance of defending yourself. Which is, again, another really nice change that I like. Because there was really no reason to build walls until you got like the autocracy ideology and you wanted that extra happiness for every defensive building. That was it. Technology tree. Construction or siege tower. Yes, I wanted to. I kind of wanted to explore the siege tower and construction. And I can finally change my government, which I will do in the next video. But we will see. I think I'm obviously going to go down autocracy since I'm in the middle of a war. So we're going to change our government type in the next one, which means extra policies and hopefully a way to stop England from taking both our cities. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.